Alright, here's a little update on the progress with our Gentleman Janitor GJ5 Stoker boiler. Yesterday we managed to get it all plumbed in. This is the supply trombone. Basically you want, in this case, this is 1 1/4 inch pipe, so you want at least 2 feet of straight pipe before you get to the air separator, and that put us in kind of a strange position here. So we just made, like, these are like 8 inches long and a trombone looking piece to turn around just to make sure we have enough straight pipe before we get to the air separator. And this is the goes to the expansion tank, which is up there, up out of the way, and this is our fresh water supply. I don't run a automatic fill. This is just valved on and off as needed. That's our return. Basically the return line from the house PEX comes in here, down the wall. That's the return from the garage radiator. That's a power purge port, and then into the bottom of the boiler. And that's the supply that we just talked about. That goes up into the PEX also. Also, this is the garage zone. And we have a 1-inch bypass on this one. This just goes right down and into the other return port on the boiler. That way you're using both ports on the boiler, which is good. You don't have like a dead spot on one side where water doesn't flow much. And this is a new pressure relief valve that goes down towards the bucket 2. These are the controls that we used on the Axeman Anderson. So this is still the boiler control, and this will still be the stack temperature once we put a stack on it. And actually, there you go. Stoker runs, auger turns. This is the high limit and dump zone. Right now we're pumping water from the basement boiler. The Van Wert in the basement's fired up. Fired that up last night. And a little chilly out, so basically the boiler's just acting as a big radiator. So at some point we'll insulate the boiler, so it'll not push so much heat into the garage, and we'll use the monster radiator for heating. I'm a little disappointed in my brand new Tridecator here. As you can see, it looks like it's reading about 4 pounds, which it's not. Luckily I stuck this pressure gauge in on the top here. I always like to have 2, just in case. And that one says 15 psi, which is more like what it should be. And when I tested the PRV, basically I test them when I fill it up. You just run the water, the house water pressure is way over 30 psi. This is set to blow off at 30 psi. So you turn the water on, and eventually it gets to 30 psi and dumps water out of the pressure relief valve into the bucket down there. And you monitor the pressure while it's doing that. And I think I said it got up to about 32 on this gauge. It only got to about 12 on this gauge. So something's up with that gauge. Not going to worry about it right now. basically, we're nearly there. We gotta refinish the fire door and the ash door, and this is our fire view door. We'll be redoing that too, and finish up a little bit of wiring and put some stovepipe on it, and we should be ready to fire it up sometime in the middle of next month.